Hey man, top of it, top of it. Check this out right here, man. Yeah, this is gonna be a two-part video. One part, the first part is dealing with Jada Smith said that she didn't want to marry Will, and the whole conversation on emasculation. As we gonna focus on, we're gonna get deeper into it, and we're gonna have to do this whole Black Manosphere thing. We don't get it. We don't have to get the language correct right quick. Now check this out. Jada Smith saying that she didn't want to marry her husband when they got married. I don't see anything wrong with that. Why? Because she got married. First off, because she didn't want to be married. And the reason why she didn't want to be married, hey man, she just didn't want to be married. Probably not at that time in the early 20s. Have a career. Probably could have made more money. Probably could have had more roles. But guess what? Will got her pregnant. She was pregnant at the wedding. Okay? So now she's pregnant at the wedding. And Will was like, well, come on. And also, Will had already fathered the child and he wasn't married. And so now Will wanted to do the right thing. But I said, hey, I ain't gonna make the same mistake twice. I have a kid out there, I have a child and I'm not there. I'm doing this. Now I done knocked up Jada. And he's thinking about his oldest son, William Smith III, as well as being with Jada, as well as the new child is about to come. And so Will did what most men do, and he did the right thing for himself, mentally, and for his career, because he didn't start getting major roles until Hollywood found out that Will Smith and Jada Pinkett was a couple. So I'm not, and guess what? They're still married. Will could have been left. Jada could have been left. See, everybody want to talk about child support and these women are gold diggers, but guess what? Jada didn't leave that man. Could have had 2 babies by him and left. Got plenty of child support out that man. Plenty of alimony out that man. But ain't did none of that. Ain't wrong with that man. Life ain't took half his assets. Ain't did none of that. And you guys want to villainize this woman. You guys need to these Manosphere guys, y'all need to make up y'all mind on what part of this, I won't say make up your mind. You do what you want to do. But it has to be some type of consistency. Oh, Will is a cuck. Will is beta. Will is a simp. The problem is, you sounding like you wouldn't take it. You ain't got no kids. So you don't know what a man would do for his family. You don't know what a man will go through to make sure his family structure is straight. You don't know what a man would do that because you ain't got no kids. And you talking like a bachelor. And a lot of times, I heard, celebrities, man, I want to went through that. Well, yeah, because you don't want to be an in-home father anyway. You got baby mamas. You made baby mamas. So why should the individual? Why is the world knocking Will Smith for wanting to be a family man? And Jada, she did, obviously, she picked the right man to be with. She picked the right man to be with. Oh, her daughter wrote a letter to Tupac. Yeah, she probably was sad because the day that Tupac died, on the anniversary that Tupac died. There was Tupac was a good friend of Jada. They never had sex. See, and this is confirmed by Tupac, and this is confirmed by Jada, and this is confirmed by Will Smith. Everybody in the triangle said, Tupac and Jada never had sex. So I don't understand the narrative that individuals are saying, well, she wanted to be with Tupac. If she wanted to be with Tupac, she would have been with Tupac. But Tupac and Jada saw fit not to be with each other. Tupac and Jada saw fit not to have sexual relations with each other. And so now, 25 years after the man done died, now all of a sudden Jada, and this is retarded, now all of a sudden Jada wish he would have got with Tupac. 25 years later, 2 kids later. Your kids are grown and gone. Now you may say, well, shoot, man, she was crying at the red table, man. I know you don't know what type of impact that Tupac had in her life. I know individuals. When certain coaches die, they cry. They boo-hooing at the funeral. I ain't checked on this man in years. You don't know what type of impact the person have on another person's life. And I'm not finna go back, when they was in Baltimore in high school and Tupac had me down. This before Juice. This is before Tupacalypse and MC New York and stuff like that. There was just Tupac Shakur, 15-year-old kid in Baltimore trying to survive. Same thing with Jada, 14-year-old, 15-year-old girl who had problems at home just trying to survive through Baltimore, and you remember that. You remember that. Yeah, man, this man actually loved me. You don't know what Tupac done to ensure Jada's safety. You don't know what Tupac done to protect Jada. You don't know that. Nobody knows that. But before Tupac died, he said, Jada gonna be my friend till I'm old and gray. It is what it is. So they had a deep love and admiration for each other. We ain't gonna deny that. But now you're married, and especially you're married to a man that you didn't really want to marry, probably, because he didn't want to be married. And that shit lingers on from now on. How it starts and how it ends. But now let's deal with Will and this fake emasculation that everybody want to put on Will. Will is not emasculated. Let's deal with the American Psychology Association of Emasculation. Now, castration, or by extension, the reduction or removal of a man's sense of masculinity by depriving him of a culturally sanctioned male role or the exercise of male privilege. So, male role: provide, protect, and lead. Will making movies, he's providing. Will making a whole lot of money. Therefore, he can afford protections for his family. And he's the owner and responsible for the family. Jada didn't get in the way of that. Jada didn't reduce that. So by pure definition of the American Psychology Association, Will was not emasculated. Now let's take it a step farther. Denying him a male privilege. Well, what does that mean? Male privilege, man. Well, how you deny this man a male privilege? He got all this money. Oh, I don't believe that Jada Pinkett denied Will sex or sexual access to as many partners or different partners as he wanted to. I don't believe. I'm not there. They didn't tell me. They didn't consult Brother Ray on these matters. I do not believe that Jada Smith denied Will sexual access. So now how is he emasculated? By definition, he's not. Now let's deal with this. Reduction and removal of a man's masculinity. Now, how can you reduce a man's masculinity? How can you reduce a man who's solid in his masculinity, solid in the man that he is, stand on what he stand on, say what he mean what he say, and do what he say we gonna do, and has standards from himself and others? How do a woman reduce that in a man? Guess what? She can't. Masculinity has everything to do with the man. Nobody else. Nobody else. She can throw all the insults she wants to. Well, that's why I'm still a man. Do all the what's naming and dipping out that you may or may not know about, and you may or may not go side off on. See, as men, we need to get out this high school, this adolescent frame of mind that we in. No, when you saw your parents and you saw teachers and you saw the world in your adolescent mind with your underdeveloped brain, you have to know as you got older and you start adulting, you knew and understood that the world don't work that way. Now, if you are married if you're married especially, now your parents made it seem easy because you were adolescent with your underdeveloped mind. Now, as you get in it, you realize how tough it is. And you realize, now you're starting to realize everything you had to do, or everything they went through, the sacrifices, the arguments, the being uncomfortable. You realize this stuff, and now as you grow older as a man, and your man mind should be developing and taking over, now you realize how tough it was and how that is to be commended, because it's easy to quit. It's easy to quit. And see, a lot of and again, this manosphere is dangerous to adolescent minded men. You can listen to Kevin Samuels. Kevin Samuels ain't telling you. He'll tell you Will is not emasculated. Will is emasculated, but he can't tell you why he's emasculated, because he's not. Well, Jada did this. Well, Jada did that. He went and smacked Chris Rock because of Jada. Well, maybe he did. But again, Chris Rock been talking crazy about Jada for years. And it finally came to a head that night. But see, if you're in the black manosphere, you have most of you followers, most of the zealots have a mind of a teenage boy. They've been together for more than half their lives. But Will is emasculated. And let me say this. Most of the manosphere, including Kevin and whomever you want to name, are emasculated. According to the American Psychological Association definition. You emasculate. Now, there's a difference between emasculation and demasculation. Demasculation is are you removing masculinity? And as far as I know, you can't remove nothing from a man, because a man is a man with or without. So, and if you listen to these guys, they are a bunch of emasculated men, and they do that too. They come from self-emasculation. You putting a woman's vagina over yourself, over your principles. You're not gonna do nothing because black women won't respond. You won't do nothing positive for yourself because you don't because the black women ain't doing X, Y, and Z. Black women has nothing to do with your masculinity. This has everything. That's between you and you as a man. And as a grown man, you know this. As a teenager, you may not know this. I have a 14-year-old son. I don't expect from him to know this. But I'm supposed to know it. Guys, y'all can keep on with this manosphere jargon if you want to, and keep on emasculating yourselves. Keep on emasculating yourself. Oh, she want to do 50-50. She want to go half and half on the bills. Good. That means she got skin in the game. That means it's serious to her. Oh, no. And if you're going to deal with a woman, especially a woman who is accomplished, a woman who has a lot of accomplished, has a lot of money, or has a lot of social status, or whatever that is, well, she's a celebrity or something, you got to be comfortable in yourself first. I told to another pastor, yeah, I want to smash Brittany Renner. What? You want to do that? Yes. Why not? Whatever she done in the past has nothing to do with me as a man. If you let a woman dictate your behavior as a man, you are emasculating yourself. If you let a woman, if everything you do is for the validation of a woman, you emasculating yourself. Now, I do understand the need to peacock and be a male. Okay. Be a male. Male is a biology. Man is a social construct. Okay. But I ain't gonna get into that. In this conversation. But most of you guys, most of black males who follow Kevin Samuels and the like, and Dennis Sperlings and the lead attorney and Anton Daniels and all these guys who telling you to put money and women above your manhood, y'all are getting taught emasculation and don't even know it. You so wrapped up in that dopamine hit that you get out the black woman hate porn that you getting to even recognize that. So I done rambled on long enough. And it's time for me to get to it like ain't nothing to it. So with that being said, fellas, don't take what these YouTubers say so much to heart. Especially if it has nothing to do with improving yourself, improving your mental first, because everything starts with your mind. Wherever your mind go, the body follow. So if it's not getting you towards the goals that you want, what we doing? What you doing? Kevin Samuels telling men how to emasculate themselves. What you doing? What when Anton Daniels telling men to love money above yourself. What we doing? Lead attorney telling men it ain't your fault that you gonna child support. What we doing? Oh man, the child support system not fair, but don't get in it. Will Smith haven't paid $1 in child support. Russell Wilson ain't paid $1 in child support. What y'all but you consistently got their names in your mouth. But that's so much for that, man. I'm done. Shouts out to Will and Jada. They've been jugging for 25 years. Going strong for as it was me. So with that being said, thanks for y'all time. Talk to y'all later.